And what are the keys to victory for this map in general?
We definitely have a sniper and a rockets on here, which is going to control the pace of the game. You really need to have some sort of power weapon in your hands in order to secure flag captures and prevent counter caps as well.
Yeah, it looks like Anima is putting focus towards rocket side. I find that odd. It seems like most times players that go towards snipe side are completely focused on it, and it looks like Anima in a somewhat one-on-one against Tyron eventually was able to take down Jesse, but not enough, and we're going to jump on with his teammate Trickster to see what he can do with a sniper rifle.
Right, and it looks like you know, he's definitely taking a look at some of their sensitivities or controller settings here. They might have not focused and gotten that all taken care of before, but we do have a sniper in the hands of Tire Iron, and we just saw a great double kill out of him there.
Yes, and looks like Tyron just doing a great job blocking these cave spawns. I think I misspoke and I was looking at the wrong screen earlier because we have 8 of them here. I get a little mixed up from time to time, but great execution from this Dream Team squad and escorting the flag back towards snipe side. I don't know how Penta are going to stop this.
Right, and this is a great position here from Tire Iron. He is locking down the sniper side of the opposing base. He's controlling Fountain. He is watching shooting players in the back, and now he's actually rotating up, and he's going to be the one to grab the flags.
Yeah, and look at this. I thought just when I thought this cap was out of reach, I was saying, guess what? I don't see how Penta can even stop this cap. They get the stop, and they originally were almost trying to run a counter of their own, so I think that's more of a mess-up on the Dream Team squad, either some sort of misexecution or not covering their flag properly, because they had the flag on their half the map. They had Tyron, who is shooting members of Penta in the back. I really don't know who made a great play from Penta, because somebody did something incredible in order to get that flag stop.
Absolutely. It was definitely a missed opportunity here from Dream Team, and you definitely don't want to have them have any more of those this game.
Speaking of incredible plays, from here on out throughout the event, if one of these players pulls up a sick no-scope or a sick headshot, double kill, what we will be doing is we'll be showing rec pack codes right above the radar on the bottom left of your screen. So have your computer up, have your Xbox signed in and ready to go, because these tags will be giving you some awesome gold rec packs and maybe some new weapon skins.
Right, I'm a little disappointed that we can't sign in and try to get some of these
I don't know
codes.
about you, but I'm already signed into my phone right here. So during those times those rec packs come up, you should be commentating while I'll type them.
Right, you're gonna have to be quick on your fingers there in order to get those packs, but what an awesome thing to do.
Hopefully one of the production guys can just give me a little heads up and say, like, hey, here's the code we're gonna put up there, and then, you know, just go ahead and type this in right now.
I think I'm just gonna start trying to predict when the sick plays are happening.
All right, so we are on board with Ares, half of that Jesse/Ares wombo combo, and just like that, he thrust off the map. We're going to jump on with Prototype from Dream Team.
Right, a little bit of a mistake there by Ares, but I do like the thought process. He was on the sneaky, trying to push into the opposing team's base. Unfortunately, his thrust went a little bit too far, and he committed suicide.
I like this play by Proto. Prototype in the past has been known as just a free-for-all player, almost a selfish player who has a great amount of skill, but doesn't have the understanding of the objective. However, proving us completely wrong right there by tossing that flag out, helping get slaves over at snipe side and escorting this flag all the way back. Because of Prototype play right there, he just secured that first cap for his team.
Right.
Great plays by Proto, and you can see how much he's evolved as a player over these past few years.
Absolutely, and they are able to put that cap in, taking that 1-kill lead. We have 8.5 minutes left in the game, and Penta isn't going to get the opportunity to focus on any kind of counter capture here, so they are definitely going to have to get some control of the power weapons and make a team push into the base.
Yeah, and it looks like actually Penta is somewhat on the aggressive. Beforehand, we were seeing a great shot by Blizz right there, getting that kill. Wasn't an official double kill, but if he would have pulled up that no-scope, we would have seen a gold rec pack.
Absolutely, and like we were just saying, they need to get control of the power weapons. They need to get in the opposing team's base. That was a great play there by the Blizz. He was able to get the sniper. He was controlling the HUD. Unfortunately, he didn't have enough teammates backing him up.
Yeah, and just seems like they had an opportunity, and I don't like this play from Soul right now. We saw too many members of Penta being taken down, and just as I said, Soul was taken down, and it looks like this could be a potential cap opportunity from Dream Team.
Right, with so many lines of sight on this map, it's really hard to sneak a flag across. Not really something you can do when your teammates
You need it when you have numbers. I mean, the times that you should be running flag on Coliseum is when you have numbers on their squad and you have protection, or if you're doing a counter cap as a distraction, and that was neither.
Right, lots of times you will see players grab flags, just throw it out of the base, grab it, maybe just trying to be a distraction for their team, have no intention of actually running or trying to cap it, just trying to distract the other players. What we saw there was that wasn't really what he was trying to do. He was actually trying to run that flag.
And great job by Blizz right there. Putting some pressure on the Dream Team base, was eventually taken down, but I like this. It's not like Penta is playing how they were yesterday. They are shooting well. They're actually putting pressure on the opposing base. I mean, we're 5 minutes in, and Penta is just one cap away from tying the game.
Right. This is definitely a new Penta that we didn't see yesterday. Definitely experienced some jitters here, and I'd say they're coming out today ready to play.
Yes, and unfortunately, Trickster not able to finish off that kill. We're going to jump on with his teammate Anima and see what he can do to control the sniper. And great reversal, getting the cliffhanger, eventually taken down, but doing his job. Generally, people ask me, all right, well, I hear you talk about why a player should or should not challenge a fight. What's a good time and what's not a good time? My general rule of thumb is if you are down in numbers, in a certain case, and you feel like you have a 50-50 chance of getting that kill, challenge that fight. I mean, he was surrounded by 3 members, and that is a great opportunity to try to challenge. However, there's other times where, like, you're on even ground. That's where you just want to stay alive. Let your teammates try to help you, or see if the opposing player makes a big mistake.
Right, and the other thing to factor in is they were still on their half of the map, and trading when you're on your half of the map is way better than trading when you're on the opposing team side of the map. Because
absolutely.
when you respawn, you're right in the fight again, as opposed to dying in the opposing team's base. You got another 10 seconds before you can interact.
And I'm just looking at this kill feed right now. 3 kills for Dream Team. Aries going to be pulling this flag, and it looks like he's going to run this one towards Fountain. I don't disagree with this play because he has cover this side. How do you differentiate about times when you should run the flag, you know, like Fountain or Rockets, or compared to the times where you should just run it right down the middle as fast as possible?
Right, it definitely comes into the situation in the game, of course. So generally, every team will have the sides they generally favor to take it, but there's no all-seeing or best possible way every time. It depends on how many of your teammates are alive, what weapons are spawning. Sometimes it's great to be able to run a flag and grab a power weapon on the way.
I just want to give some credit to Penta and Anima right there, doing a great job not only getting the counter pull, run the flag back towards his base, but getting the perfect kill on Tire Iron.
Right, and you know, we were talking about this player here earlier, Anima, with perfect shots right there on the player top Rockets. This kid's really starting to show up here today. You know, I heard a lot about him. You heard great things. We didn't see that out of him yesterday.
No, we did not see it yesterday, but he is playing a different game today. I want to jump on with Jesse Peace from the Dream Team because he has the weapons to possibly turn this into a flag recovery. 2 members down for Penta, and their flag is in a vulnerable position. Trickster needs to somehow guard this, but no. Flag return. Aries gets a second cap. 2-0 lead for Dream Team.
Right, and I believe we still have Jesse Peace running around with Sniper Scatter Shot right now. Pretty interesting combo. You really need to be hitting all your shots in order to use that, because you really kind of take yourself out of putting shots down and helping out teammates, especially if you miss a sniper, miss a couple shots with a sniper, you're not doing anything. It's like you're not even there.
Tire Iron in such a sneaky spot, getting the double kill, eventually taken down by, I believe that was Trickster, but the damage has been done. That's the 2nd or 3rd time that we've seen Tire Iron in the corner cave, where he's blocking spawns and just being a complete nuisance in the Penta base. Right,
and you know, Dream Team, they played well yesterday, but they're definitely playing a lot better here today. I'd say all players across the board are, especially Tire Iron on that team. He did play well yesterday, but I'm liking what I see from him today even more.
Anima doing a great job getting that ground pound kill on Prototype. Eventually taken down by, I believe that was Jesse, so we're going to jump on with Anima's teammate Blizz, and he has a nice little flank going on here. They have not been able to convert a cap in the first 8 minutes, so I like this. Oh, I do not like him pulling it that fast. I was going to say I like the play where he flanks. However, I think you need to get that first kill and then run the flag back. Now 3 of his teammates are all down. He needs to be on the defensive, stay alive, and try to get some sort of presence on the map, get some sort of kill.
It definitely looks like they're starting to get a little bit flustered here. You see Blizz missing a few shots. That flag run, rather than trying to set up and run the cap, he really need to be pushing back to help his teammates, as you saw 3 members go down.
However, I do like the idea that he was going for a flank. The whole point being is his team's already down 2 caps. They have no convert something in 3.5 minutes. He needs to go for some sort of different play because what they're doing currently was not working. So, in my opinion, what Soul should have done in that situation was got to the opposing base, got a kill, and then ran the flag because it gives you some sort of presence. And somehow, it looks like Trickster is running this flag all the way back. I don't even know how because it seems like Aries' squad had their presence on the map. I don't know how Penta capped that flag.
Right, they need to be really worried right now here as Aries is setting up an opportunity for a counter cap now, and with Dream Team only needing 1 more flag capture and 2.5 minutes left in the game, Penta really needs to step it up, and they cannot let Dream Team run this flag.
I like that play from Penta, though. I think they need to keep with this constant aggression because look at that. 2 members down for Dream Team. Blizz needs to get on this flag. I would ideally like to see Blizz get a kill and then run flag down bridge. Instead, he just goes straight for the pull, which is okay, but look at that. Because without getting that first kill, it seems like there's going to be a little bit too much pressure on him.
Right, and Dream Team looks like they're pretty worried here right now as well. We see some a lot of great fighting and backing down by these players. Some great shots by Ares end up taking out Blizz, but Blizz looks like the player on Penta that is constantly pushing across Rocket side and trying to get those flanks going.
Now look at that difference in strategy. We saw Penta at the opposing base, not getting a kill and just trying to run the flag, whereas Tire Iron got a kill at the Penta base and ran the flag afterwards. Both flag carriers were taken down. The whole point was if Tyrant got the flag halfway across the map because of going in that order.
Right, and what Penta has not been doing in this game is controlling rockets. Looks like Dream Team has
power
had
weapons
pretty
in
much
general.
every
How many
rocket.
times have we seen the sniper or the rockets in Penta's hands?
Right, I think we saw it once in their cave. They were doing well with it, you know, being aggressive with it, but they're not getting the new ones. They're not grabbing the spawns. It looks like they're just getting outslayed here by Dream Team.
Yeah, I would not be surprised to see this end stat screen be, you know, 15 to 20 kills in favor of Dream Team. Although Dream Team is ahead 2-1 and outslaying, I still don't feel like they've been as objective efficient as they need to be.
Right, and we almost saw a Sig triple out of Prototype here. Unfortunately, he was taken down. Did get the melee off and help out, but we're looking
Great
at less than
double
a
by
minute.
Ares right there. That was so close to one of those sick plays. I can't give that one as a rec code pack yet, but in the future we will see Ares and see what he can do.
Right, and now great flag pull by Penta Sports. They're running out of time. Jesse P's picking up a double kill, but he's not able to get the flag return. Is Penta going to be able to cap this?
And Anima getting that flag recuff. I'm trying to see where flag is at currently. We are jumping on with Blizz, who was trying to get the pull. Two members of Penta trying to go for that pull, but I think it might be a little too late. They aren't getting slays. They have too many players focused on running the flag and almost getting that fountain. But like I said, it just seemed like they were doing a great job rallying back. And Trickster taken down, jumping on with Anima, who was taken down. Last member alive is Soul, who is trying to defend flag, but 5 seconds left. This, I don't think, will be going into overtime.
Right, it was such a great attempt by Penta. There was a great thrust to get the flag through Maze and into their base. Another great attempt to throw the flag up to their platform there to try to attempt that cap, but unfortunately there's not enough time left in the game.
Yeah, just so many times I would be looking across the map on these different screens and just see like double kills, triple kills, but not much being converted from there. And just looking at the slays, an absolute slaughter in the slaying department. I'm going to take a look at Ares' screen right here, and of course, as I do that, they're going to switch around two screens I do not want to see. So let's see what Jesse has there.
There are lots of flag grabs, lots of flag pulls.
Look at that outslaying, though. I mean, Tyron, him alone, going positive 18. That is not very telling of a 2-1 CTF victory. Dream Team, yes, okay, they were able to outslay that heavily and win the game. Of course, the win is the most important thing. Same time, do you think they're going to be able to go up against a CLG or EG and outslay by 25, 30 kills? They've proven that can't be the case.
Right, you really need to be able to capitalize on those flag caps, and with them outslaying Penta that badly and only winning a 2-1 victory, basically with time expiring, definitely need to step up their game here going forward when they start looking at some of these other teams later in the tournament.
So let me get an updated prediction from you, because originally you said this could be a 3-1 series. You thought Penta could take game 1. You were wrong, I just want to point out. But game 2 coming up is Truth Slayer. And after seeing how Penta's playing, yes, they are playing better compared to yesterday, without a doubt. We've seen some incredible plays, some incredible counter caps, and when getting outslayed that heavily, a 2-1 loss is not a bad thing. Of course, a loss is never good, but whole point being is if they can step up in the slaying department, just make that a little bit closer, they can win some of these objective games.
Right. One thing to point out as well, that even though they were outslayed that badly, they were playing from behind the entire game, so they actually had to be more aggressive and not set their own pace. So they were constantly pushing through, trying to get one of those kind of lucky flag grabs or a quick pull or quick cap, trying to catch up, and that's definitely going to add to some of their deaths.
Yeah, and I guess we still got to give that credit to Dream Team, just playing so well. One of the players that we were talking about that last match was Prototype, how he came up through the ranks as one of these free-for-all players, just a ridiculous amount of skill, but kind of a question mark as far as the teamwork / objective department. However, we saw that not being the case this last match, as he was doing great job slaying the opposing base and running flags and supporting the flag recovery.
Right. Obviously, being at the X Games, he is going to be a great player here. Been a pro player since Halo Reach. And he is somebody that doesn't get the credit that he actually deserves. He's extremely talented. He's had good performances on multiple different teams. And as you can see, he's got the highest Halo World placings there, being the 5th through 8th.
Yeah, and that is no easy feat here when considering all the competition that's out there right now. I mean, you and I were talking about this yesterday, just saying, like, you know, if we came back, how would we do? And you and I both agreed, like, we'd get stomped. There is so much competition out there right now, and unless, like, we both dedicated so much time.
Right, yeah, I definitely know what you mean there. I don't think we would be performing quite as well or constantly be, you know, 1-2 here playing in the finals. But, you know, still would be fun. And looking at the new updated poll stats here on Twitter, we're looking at a 55%, 45%, which is, you know, kind of interesting considering Dream Team just won that first game and their percentage to win has actually gone down as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, we talked about last game just getting that heavily outslayed, but we are going into a Slayer game. Of course, the team that has more kills is going to win. No question about it, but it does play out quite differently. I don't think Penta is going to be as careless with their lives. They're going to be staying alive much longer. And at the same time, they could maybe catch this Dream Team squad off guard because last game, Dream Team realized, guess what, I'm going to charge around, get kills, and I'm not punished for it. But let's see if that's the case. We're going to jump on with the player that we highlighted this last game, Prototype, and see what he does right off the start.
Right, definitely a bonus if you're outslaying a team in an objective that you have a better chance of winning a Slayer, but it doesn't necessarily mean that. The games are just played completely differently. You're not focusing around an objective like a flag or a stronghold, so you can actually sit down, slow the pace down, and take it easy.
Soul with the cross-map stick. We're going to jump on with him, and look at this start. 4-0 in favor of Penta. I mean, obviously, as we're seeing right now, slays don't exactly translate from Slayer to objective. And because of that stick, we are going to give you a Halo 5 gold rec pack. Look at that bomb left of your screen. Try to type that in real quick. And Kyle, could you read every character up there real quick for those that don't have the screen pulled up?
I can't do that, Dave. I'm actually typing it in myself right now. But I'm pretty sure it's probably already taken now.
Oh, yeah. There's going to be some quick hands out there getting that rec pack. So if you haven't started typing it already, just give up on this one. Go for the next rec gold pack. But we'll be giving these out all weekend long because we have 8 of the best teams in the world here at the Halo World Championship X GameStop here in Aspen.
And can we just point out the score of this game right now? That was the best start you could possibly hope for out of Penta, and they're continuing that going forward here. They're up 12-3 now on Dream Team, the team that brutally outslayed them last game.
Yeah, and the whole point being is, yes, they got brutally outslayed, but the whole point was it was only a 2-1 victory. So I think that was more of a fault on Dream Team squad. 3 members of Dream Team down once again, and they're on the spawn trap. Just seems like Penta's taking this such like slow, methodical steps, and great double team, it looks like, from Jesse and Prototype to take out Trickster at Pink 2.
Right, and you have Soul running around here with this sword and just picked up several kills there. That is going to be great plays out of him, and something you don't really see too much in Halo 5 is multiple sword kills in a row.
And I missed the first couple sword kills there, so someone can blame me for not getting a gold rec pack. I will try to be better on the camera switches in the future.
Absolutely here, and 19-11, so you do see Dream Team starting to control the pace a little bit better. Build Elite trying to get back into this, and you have them picking up the camo now as well.
Now, do you like this play? I do not like this play because Jesse, yes, it's a great job to be aggressive with his camo, but at first I thought he was going to try to challenge us 2-on-1. Now, Jesse needs to make something happen along with the help of his teammates just distracting. So I just feel like he hasn't done enough yet, and I agree with that. A lot of times players wait too long to shoot with camo and bait their teammates, but Jesse did a great job helping secure that kill at Carbine 3.
Right, and that was a great job by him as well, putting a few shots out and just dropping below the base instantly. He knows he had already taken some damage. He had camo. He did not want to die there. He wasn't going to turn and challenge that player, and it worked out well for him as he was able to kind of sneak around. The player ended up losing where he was and picking up a kill.
Yeah, and within that 45 seconds of invisibility, he did not seem to make as much of it. He was a huge nuisance, however, the red base. So I guess I take that back. At first, I felt like he did not do as much damage as he could have, but whole point was is he was a huge distraction. You saw 2 or 3 members of Penta just constantly swarming over at the red base rather than focusing on getting control of Tar, getting control of Pink, and because of that, all the members of Dream Team were able to have a 2-on-1 or a 3-on-2 situations on other parts of the map.
Right, and it definitely worked out as well as you see them cutting this lead down a little bit here, and looks like they're going to go and take over control of Pink as well. Right, we do have Plasmacaster up top center. That's something you haven't really seen used too much here on Truth. How do you feel about that weapon?
I feel like Plasmacaster is so much stronger in different, I would say, closer quarter maps. Now, I don't know. It's weird because you see like a map like Empire where you can just like launch a few plasma bursts over into the base and get a pick. Whereas this one is kind of tough unless there's an opponent over in pink. It's like pink is the ideal spot to shoot a plasma caster into, pink or like a carbine bubble. But in order to get that plasma caster, you have to go all the way towards top center. So in those cases, you're going to have your pistol or BR out. So it's just one of those things where I feel like it's so situational that you don't see it being used to its most effectiveness, effectability.
I completely agree there, and we do have camo being burnt here by Blizz, so that's going to respond in 2 minutes. Kind of talking about that plasma cast a little bit further, you know, great job pointing out those 2 different locations here, Pink 2 and Bubble. So it is a very situational weapon, but when you do get like a team all 4 down and you're starting to push across, get top center control, you can definitely grab that weapon and just start unloading on the Bubble.
That makes sense. I guess you can start unloading once you know where all the opponents are at, but it's just one of those things where they all have to be kind of this confined area. And once they know that you have Plasma Caster, it's somewhat easy to avoid those shots in certain cases. So it's kind of like the element of surprise and being in a confined location.
Right, and talking about like having, you know, you have 2 weapons, the primary and secondary, and like in the last game we saw a player running around with sniper and scatter shot. So same thing with Plasma Caster. If you're not hitting those plasmas, grenades that you're shooting out, you're not helping your teammates in any way there, and you can ultimately end up losing.
Now, we've seen Dream Team start to claw back in this match, but at the same time, Penta Sports have held on to their lead. I mean, it's not as convincing of a lead as they had earlier, but still, 7 kills is no easy feat to climb back from.
Absolutely here, and great play. Dream Team's trying to take over control of that pink tower, and it's definitely Penta that is setting the pace of this game right now.
Yeah, they are just controlling the spots they want, and not only do they have pink, they have carbine. Ideally on this map Truth, if you control 3/4 of the map, which is much easier said than done, you have your opponents either spawning over towards blue base or red base. And what you do is you just kind of do this collapsing pattern where if you have the opponent spawning at red base, you go get kills at red. Go back towards the power positions like pink and car, and then you collapse in on blue. It's just these multiple angles. Like you can see Trickster right now, he can't really clear someone out of that bubble. He doesn't have a teammate at carbine. And that player, I believe is Ares, who's over at the bubble, can just shoot Trickster at its leisure.
Right, and Penta's got to be careful here. They're giving up a few free deaths. You see members, Red X is popping up on the screen pretty far away from the rest of the teammates there. They definitely need to start grouping and working better together.
Yeah, and for the first time, we actually see Penta stuck at a base. And what a great splinter grenade through the shield on Jesse Peace. For those unfamiliar with those shields up top, you actually can destroy them and shoot through them as you see the splinter grenade doing the rest of its damage and taking out the shield.
Right, that was pretty amazing. I actually did not know that that splinter was going to go through that shield and kill him in that situation.
And Ares with the camo closing this lead to only 5 kills. We now, like I said, this last 60 to 70 seconds, we've seen Dream Team actually control the map. They've been in more than like 2 locations, so they're able to collapse and get these kills, and taking out the sword for the double kill. Ares looking for that triple, not gonna get it, but still only 4 kills away.
Right, great plays by him. I really like this rotation and map movement. He got the 2 kills at car, and he's immediately rotating over to pink right as that camo's running out to hold down and control the map.
Yep, and taken down by the storm rifle and melee of Trickster. Gonna jump on with him over at pink 2 and see what he can do to keep this lead, because despite Dream Team getting control of the map, it just seems like that initial lead that Penta's had, they've held on to. And it just goes to show that Penta's doing a great job staying alive and backing each other up. Just as I say that, 2 members of Penta down.
Right, and now we are looking the largest lead that I saw here. I think it was 10 kills. Now, towards the end of the game, with only a little over 4 minutes left, it's just a 3-kill game.
Yes, this is Penta has to win this game. If they not win this game, it's a, I feel like almost guaranteed 3-0 because they had such a lead. Only a 1-kill lead now. Are Penta playing different, or is Dream Team playing different? What's happened at this last half of the game?
I think a lot of it's coming down to those camos. You know, we've seen Dream Team be able to control the camo and pick up a lot of kills, change the positions. You saw him get Ares get those 2 kills at Carbine side, both killing the guy top car and killing the sword guy that was hiding car 1.
Now a tie game. Now, yep, tie game's gonna go back and forth. I'm not gonna keep calling who has the lead and who has the tie, but right now Prototype going for that one-on-one, losing to the Storm Rifle down at bottom pink, jumping on with Jesse Peace, who is trying to help get control of Pink Tower and this camo that you said is so crucial. He is grabbing this camo. I bet this is the last camo of the game. Was not even able to get it yet, and is forced to go for the burn. No, Jesse somehow staying alive. Pink 1, 47-46, Jesse gets that camo, and see what he can do over these next 40 seconds of invisibility.
That might very well have just determined the game. This camo, we'll see what he's able to do with it, but you've seen several members of Penta die, and the camo, he should be able to pick it up here now, and wow, what a great comeback from Dream Team there. That's going to be a real big momentum herder
yes,
for
that
Penta.
is, I think that sucked the life out of Penta right there. We just started to see them come back, come out the gates and saying, guess what, Team Slayer, although they're outslayed in Game 1 on Coliseum CTF, Team Slayer is a completely different game when it comes to kills. And let's take a look at the stat screen. 31 assists between two of the members. I believe that's Tyrant Iron and Prototype. So, wow, it was 40, oh my gosh, I don't think I've ever seen that many. 41 assists from the Dream Team squad.
Right, that is an incredible play. You know, the stats, you have Tyrant Iron going negative in the game, but pulling up 17 assists. If you take a look at, you know, assists with the kills and just, you know, total participation in kills throughout the game here.
94% of the kills were assisted. Think about that teamwork from the Dream Team squad. Despite that team effort, just, you know, it was so close. I mean, Penta got off to such a huge lead, and props to the Dream Team for kind of clawing it back. I do feel like Penta, I can't pinpoint the exact moment or exactly what they did wrong, but it just seems like they started to play different. It seems like they gave up a bit too much ground. You saw them sitting back at like level 2 of their base and not fully getting control of Pink and being together, whereas at the beginning of the game, they were just rolling through the Dream Team squad. They were putting damage across the map, backing down, staying alive. Oh, that's a heartbreaker. You gotta know that Dream Team, they're in a pretty position right now. I just have to imagine the Penta squad, they're in the booth right now just trying to act like, you know, we still got this, but in the back of their minds they're just thinking, dang it,
right.
Why did we lose that game? How did we lose that 10 or 12 kill lead?
It would have been really nice for them to sneak a victory out of one of these first two games, as seeing how close they actually were. You know, we did have time expire in that first Coliseum Capture the Flag game, and a 50-48 victory. David, only gets a little bit closer than that.
Yes, you are absolutely right. And this third and possible final game we are looking at on your screen is going to be Plaza Strongholds. In game number 1, we saw Dream Team absolutely outslay this Penta squad. Can they do it again here on Plaza Strongholds? I think if they do, I think it's game over, because one of the biggest differences between Strongholds and CTF is that when you are overslaying the opposing team, it's hard not to be objective efficient on something like Strongholds for the fact that, guess what, you don't have to run a new objective. You don't have to cover different areas to escort your flag back. It's one of those things where, guess what, you already cap it once, and then you just have to guard this area and just outslay them. And that's kind of what the Dream Team squad was doing in game 1. They were controlling the snipe area on Coliseum and just overslaying this Penta squad.
Right, and as going out through over the entire kind of Halo series there, you've seen players, when you grab a flag and run trying to do an objective, you actually are taking yourself out of the game, and it turns into like a 3v4 there. And when you're looking at the newer Halos where you actually have a pistol that you can run the flag with as well, definitely helps out with those flag runs, but at the very same time, if you have rockets or a sniper in your backpack, it's not going to work out.
No. Now, we should jump on, I think we should jump on board with one of the Penta members to see what they're going to do right at the beginning of this game, because we're going to see if they've had the life sucked out of them, or if they're just going to kickstart and say, guess what, let's go for this reverse sweep. We have nothing to lose here. We have to come back. So I'm going to jump on with Anima from the Penta squad, who is going immediately for yard, and I like this play. Instead of just going straight for yard, he's going for the more crucial areas. He's trying to help bottom center and nest.
Absolutely. He's pushing through, trying to get some control, grabbing the railgun, but unfortunately he's going to be taken out pretty quickly there. And as we saw in the last game, the best possible start that Penta could hope for, it's not going to be the same here for game 3.
No, not only do the Dream Team squad have control of bottom center, which is the most difficult stronghold to control or get control of, he has camo. And this is just going to spiral out of control if Dream Team's able to outslay this Penta squad.
Right, and you see Dream Team, they've got this set up exactly how they want. They're controlling bottom center. They've got control of this sniper nest spawn, and you've got camo still in or on Ares.
And look at that communication. Ares throwing a pre-nade towards Blizz, getting the double kill on Anima, almost a triple. I'm still wanting to give one of those gold rec packs for that double kill. Let's hook him up, production squad. But yeah, we were staying on the Ares, who, I like this, he's checking out yard, but I don't think he has to fully press this advantage. At this point, you need to let Anima and the Penta squad just make mistakes.
And then it looks like We will be having that code come up here for you, so definitely want to be ready for that. You see with Dream Team, like they are being extremely aggressive here, but that might just be how their play style works. Some teams do just want to set up, play it slow and control those 2 hills, but it doesn't work out for all teams. The combination of players, whether or not they're just all more aggressive or conservative, just some teams like to constantly be going for those 3 caps.
Yeah, and look at this. Penta actually showing some life. Not only do they have 2 members near Nest, they're also capturing Bomb Center. And you know what? I have to give some credit to the Penta squad, but I also have to say Aries made a big mistake just trying to force that yard. It kind of gave the advantage to Penta where they had numbers to push across the map.
Right, and that was a great railgun trade there for Trickster. Pretty much the only thing he could do in that situation is he was being collapsed on by 2 players. But Aries here doing a great job picking up that railgun, controlling Nest, and holding Penta off.
And not just that, they have a trip cap. Aries got the cam at the 950 mark, which means he'll spawn at 750, but he was taken down, so that is unfortunate for Aries because I don't disagree with him lifting up in that situation. He was safe there a few seconds ago, so I don't think that was a mistake on Aries' part, but it does hurt to lose camo / railgun.
Right, that is a huge swing there for Penta. Penta absolutely needed something like that to happen. We saw what Aries was doing with that last camo, put railgun in his hands as well. He was going to pick up, probably go on a killing spree with that if he wasn't taken out.
And I like this from Anima, getting kills on some crucial members out here, using the better SMG, almost taking out Tyron, and he was successful, but eventually taken out from the Plaza Sneaky Ledge, jumping on with Soul from Penta.
All right, that was a great 1v1 between both of those players. Some great thrusts, great map movement. Yeah, using the walls, the ledges there in their advantage, but SMG just too powerful.
I think that's one of the things too. If I was to try to, well, 3 kills for Penta, that means we are going to have to see the Dream Team try to regroup when all down, and I like this play. We do have Aries just staying at Tram, waiting for teammates, so we're going to have to see if that actually works out for Dream Team, if they actually slow it down. But whole point being was, just seems like this Penta squad are doing a great job, holding top center. But one of the original points I also wanted to get back to was the verticality. I think that's going to be one of my biggest downfalls in trying to play Halo 5, because I play on 3 cents, and it's tough to keep up with these new kids and their talent.
Right, absolutely, and that kind of plays a factor into using the Plasma Caster as well, as the best way to hit it, as what we've seen through most of the top players, is just look straight down and shoot them on the ground where they bounce up and get killed. So it definitely doesn't work out for the lower sensitivities.
We talked about earlier in this match that we started to count Penta out, saying, you know what, the life of them might have been sucked out, but look at this. 32 to 39. They are showing life in this match. Trickster holding on to this railgun, helping his teammate get in that killing spree, and trying to secure Bomb Center. I don't know if anyone from Dream Team's in position to get a hill.
Right, this is some great play out of Penta. You're probably wishing they were using this kind of teamwork at the end of the last game there.
Oh, no. Yes, you have to back down the situation. And Tyron with some incredible shots. Penta Trickster doing a great job, though, realizing, guess what? I made a mistake, had a bit of a misexecution. Doesn't mean I have to give up my life because of it, and wisely backs down.
Right, and the only time anybody's going to remember that is if you actually die there.
Yes.
So great job backing down and not having that getting outshot there by Prototype.
There is some shame in backing down, because you and the other player both know what happened. Like, you know what would have happened if you challenged us on that fight. But the whole point is it didn't happen. So that was, great shots by Tyron. Great backing down by Trickster, but in the end, Dream Team coming ahead from that engagement while they secure this nest.
You know what we were talking about earlier in regards to EG and having that 5th man being Towie. Definitely want to give a shout out here to Spikemouth as well. He's been in the scene for a long, long time, and we've seen pretty much all the power weapons and camos in all the games here so far going over to Dream Team.
That is true. Spikemouth has been a staple in the coaching scene for quite some time now, and he's always been doing a great job. I think sometimes it's just it's overshadowed by the fact that EG has been so dominant in recent past, same like CLG, whereas Spikemouth was in the coaching position for one of those squads, he'd get a bit more limelight.
Right, and now we see Dream Team now getting control of that base, picking up a few kills. Penta really needs to slow this down, wait for all of these people that have just died to respawn before they make their push.
Yep, and we're jumping on with Prototype, who seems to be the only member alive over at Nest. Actually, his teammate, Tire Iron, is over here, but he wisely runs away because he realized, guess what? They have the height position and was AR down from, I believe that was Blizz. jumping on with Anima from Penta.
Right, and just like that, Penta has the control again, starting to control, rack up some more this time. They are still trying to control, push across, grab control of Sniper, Nest spawn. You holding Yard, it does work out if you can keep them out of bottom mid, but it's just too hard throughout the course of an entire game to consistently do that.
Yes, this Penta squad still are in this game. Obviously, the fact that they have the lead means they're still in this game, but whole point being is they need to get control again, because at this pace, Dream Team's just going to slowly pull ahead and keep this full setup. The only time that we've seen really Trickster and this Penta squad get back in the game is when they've had control of top center.
Absolutely here, and with Camo and Railgun in the hands of Tire and Iron, it's going to be really hard for Penta to actually push across here. You've seen just how powerful this weapon can be. You can go through and just take out an entire team.
And that was a great heads-up play from Tire Iron, not only dropping towards bottom center to help ensure that that stronghold is not converted, but gets that nice finish.
Right, and I do like what he's doing. He's consistently going up to top snipe here whenever he rotates, avoiding being hit by any kind of nades. Nobody's really looking up there and going to be able to see him with that camo. And although he just misses that rail gun, a great job backing down, not taking too much damage, just trying to stay alive. They have control of two strongholds right now. They just need to maintain it.
He's also wisely using those splinter grenades to deny those cinema stairs, getting that near double kill, eventually taken down, but the damage has been done. That is all 4 members of Penta down. We are jumping on to Jesse Peace, who is watching Yard, and I like this play. Some players out there may be confused as to why Jesse didn't run towards Yard there. Jesse realizes that bomb center towards Nest are the positions to hold, and look at that. He's able to run away, get this kill towards bomb center, and just stay alive.
Right, and this is exactly how you have to play Halo 5. He knew there were 2 players in Yard. He didn't even try to shoot them, interact with them. He just left them and went down the bottom center to help out his teammates.
Now, the one position I feel like Dream Team has been lacking is this top sneaky ledge that Jesse is just 1 jump away from. And it looks, I thought he missed a jump, a triple kill from Jesse. We are getting a gold rec pack on stream for you in just a second, but not just that. Jesse has control railgun. We're going to see where he pushes.
Right, sometimes missing those jumps actually work out better for the players as well as everyone watching, because then there's a rec pack on the screen.
I also am not too familiar with the jump from light rifle towards the sneaky ledge above Yard, and one thing that Jesse did is he landed on a ledge just slightly below that, so that was absolutely intentional, and I'm just surprised that he actually went towards bottom middle.
Right, and there were some great plays from Jesse there. He was able to pick up that triple kill, put a lot of damage down on Penta players pushing, trying to get control of that bottom mid. I'm actually pretty surprised they were able to take it, but just as I say that, too many players were dying, grabbing control, and Dream Team's able to counter-attack.
Yep, Dream Team knows this game is over. They have 99 seconds and victory. Dream Team takes the series 3-0 with their final game with a 170 victory.
Right, and definitely want to take a look at some of these stats here, as I saw some big numbers out of Jesse, and we saw that happening just towards the end of that game as well with what he's been able to do. Love to see if we can take a quick look at the damage dealt as well to see exactly who's putting down all those shots.
Well, I'm going to try to find one of these screens, but every single time I go to one of the player POVs, they're going to switch it up to a different screen. It's almost guaranteed, but I'm actually looking at the stat screen below on one of these other POVs, and Jesse Peace, I believe, had 25 or 26 kills. My eyes are a little old. I'm getting kind of old, Kyle, so I don't have the best vision anymore, but that would secure him a plus 14 or 15.
Right, and we only have 7 deaths coming out of Tire Iron here as well, and that was a 9-minute game. So he was dying less than once a minute. I don't know, that's pretty incredible.
Oh, man, that is incredible. But one thing to keep in mind is Tyrant was doing a great job of holding that sniper sneaky ledge. You remember that time he had camo / railgun, and he just kept patrolling that area, trying to lay down railgun shots towards Cafe, or he would watch the cinema stairs. And one brilliant heads-up play he had was when he took out the splinter grenades and just threw those at the cinema stairs. That's going to deny that area so a player can't just run straight up, and in the end, they were able to keep Nest because of it.
Right, and Cinema Stairs is a very high-traffic area. Players are constantly running through there, trying to get to control of Nest, trying to move or rotate flank, trying to get behind the other team bottom mid. So lots of great plays by him. They know where their players are going to be, like as we saw in the last Truth game when Penta was throwing nades in the window and getting sticks across map. It's because they know where players are going to go.
Yep, and now let's take a look at this series where Dream Team won 3-0. Dream Team taking game 1, but it wasn't that great of a victory in my opinion. A 2-1 victory where they outslayed, I would have to guess, close to 30-some kills. and barely squeaking out the 2-1 CTF win. But the next 2 games, very close. A 50-48 victory for Dream Team on Truth Slayer, where they're actually down by 10 kills at one point. And last, they won Strongholds on Plaza 100-70.
This is definitely the worst kind of series to have play out for Penta now. You know, it looks like it was just a 3-0 and Dream Team comes out and dominates everyone, but what really happened was these games were extremely close. That was a 2-1 where it could have gone either way, a couple different plays. They had the flag out. They ran out of time. It was, you know, feet from the capture.
That's true. They had it all the way back at their fountain at the very end, and there were a couple other opportunities where I felt like if Penta just made a couple small changes to their gameplay where they aren't pulling the flag too early, or once they have a couple members down, stop running that flag immediately, get the slays, and that could convert to a cap.
Right, and then we had the 50-48 game as well, another
that one,
nail-biter.
yeah. That one, obviously, any little kill goes any different. It changed the game completely, stopping Jesse, who somehow lived at pink 1 with that camo. I don't know how that happened, but I want to hear how Dream Team is feeling. We got Bravo on the floor with the interview with the prototype. Take it away, Brav.
Not quite Bravo, but still, down on the floor with the prototype. Fantastic last game, but before we get to that, I want to ask you, what's it like competing in the X Games?
Being an X Game athlete, that's in itself amazing. Just, I mean, back in middle school, you didn't think you'd be at, like, X Games playing video games for, like, a possible gold medal. So it's nuts.
It's pretty crazy. Have you had a chance to, like, check out the rest of the X Games, see any of the snowboarding, the skiing going on?
No, we have not, but I'm actually going to go all the way at the top, take a picture. Because, you know, you gotta.
I did that last night with Bravo. It's pretty steep, so be careful when you walk up. But back to the game. Obviously, you guys just managed to level up in the groups. You're now 1-1. So I have to ask, what is your thoughts and feelings going into that final game of the groups against CLG?
Well, TJ is not too great, so I'm not too worried about them. But it should be good games. I'm not worried about that.
Good games, okay. And in terms of what it means playing for an X Games medal to you, like, how much does that really mean? You know, potential to walk away with an X Games gold medal.
I don't think there's really any words to describe that. It's a gold medal for playing a video game, like putting 10+ years probably into playing and possibly getting a gold medal for it.
Pretty crazy, huh? It's crazy. But massive thank you to you. Good luck in the rest of the tournament, especially your game later on against CLG. From myself and Prototype, that's going to do it for this interview. We're going to go a quick commercial break. When we return, though, more Halo 5 action from X Games.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the top 5 plays from the 3rd North American Halo World Championship Online Qualifier.